Dylan Lydy for the Boilermakers at 174. He's the 10th ranked wrestler in the nation. Redshirt sophomore, 24-9 on the year from Indianapolis, Indiana, and cracks me up every time he goes out on that mat because his walk-up song is, I mean, it's slow, methodical, and that's kind of the wrestler he is. Strong kid who goes out there every time and gives 110%. And then on the other side, against him, Dylan Urbach, a redshirt junior, only with 5 matches on the year. He's 1-4 from Lipson, North Dakota. So a chance here for Urbach to face some of the, probably the top wrestler he's going to see all year long. Yeah,
the redshirt junior from North Dakota, as you said, is it looked like he may have been battling an injury of some kind. We don't know for sure. But his last match is all the way back at Cliff Keene at the beginning of December. December 1st was his last match. So he may have been battling an injury of some kind and making a comeback tonight against a tough opponent in Dylan Lydy.
Dylan Lydy scores first in 64% of his matches, and that's best on the team. So one of those Purdue wrestlers likes to get out early and score often. He has a total of 66 takedowns on the year. He averages 2 per match with a total score of 205 on the year, averaging 6.2 a match. So look for a lot of points to be scored here this evening.
Urbach's doing using a very interesting technique of just kind of slapping Lydy's head, seeing if he can catch him off balance, maybe trying to push him around a little bit to see if he can get him off balance to go for the leg. I don't think that's going to work on a veteran like Dylan Lydy.
And just like I said when I was talking about that walk-up song, slow and methodical, all that moving around that Urbach is trying to do, and Lydy's just kind of staying cool, calm, cool, collective, not really showing much and just waiting for his opportunity to attack, and when he does, it's going to be quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that will get affected by that strategy of kind of getting hit in the head, kind of getting smacked around, getting pushed around, and it gets very frustrating sometimes for a lot of guys. Dylan Lydy is not one of those guys.
Yep. As you see Lydy now trying to get the inside position on the back of the head as he almost went there for the single on the left leg of Urbach, but he wisely backs off of it and looks for other offense. You know, Dylan Lydy, he's been at 174 all year for the Boilermakers. He's been the only wrestler for Purdue to come out at 174. He has 25 total points on the year overall score.
Yeah, Dylan Lydy, as Coach Tony Ursuline said, just one of those guys to end the first period 0-0, just one of those guys that he seems to be riding the wave a little bit, getting a big win last week at Illinois, taking a tough loss, a close loss at Penn State on Friday, a week ago today. So he's one of those guys that he's winning, he's doing very well, and it seems like it doesn't seem like luck. It seems like he's working very hard in the wrestling room, and he's just doing a very good job of riding this wave and making sure he doesn't get too big for himself.
There's been one kryptonite for Dylan Lydy on the year so far. It's been the second period. It's his smallest scoring period of the 3. His best period coming in the 3rd, and we've talked at the top of the broadcast about good wrestlers and how they're able to score in the 3rd period. We'll be interested to see if Lydy can get something going here earlier and get something in the 2nd period, because that's really been trouble for him all year long.
Yeah, but those numbers can be skewed sometimes because, as we just saw, Lydy is on top in the 2nd period, oftentimes the case where he starts the 2nd period on top.
Yep.
There's really not a whole lot of points to be scored there unless you obviously working in the near fall.
Mm-hmm.
So those numbers can be looked into a little bit to see why he doesn't score so much in the 2nd period, and it's oftentimes because he racks up a lot of riding time in the 2nd period being on top.
Goes to the overall belief that stats don't tell it all. Sometimes you have to look at the eye test, as Urbach almost had a hold of the leg of Lydy. Lydy, smart move to get out of that and go flying backwards to keep from giving up your leg, because that would have been a very, very tough position for him to get out of. very slow, low action match to this point, Hunter. And makes you wonder if you're Urbach. I mean, this is a top 10 wrestler in the nation, and you're going to be leading 1-0 going into the third period. I mean, I can't imagine a better position for him.
Yeah, but Dylan Lydy has been taking these first 2 periods, and he's been taking mental notes. He's been learning a lot, and I would be surprised to see this match end 1-0.
So a very important start here for Lydy in the third period as he starts down with a chance to explode out here on the whistle and tie up the match. So you see Urbach get in from the right side. Lydy immediately to his feet, breaks the hands, rolls out of it, gets the first point on the escape in a textbook escape.
Yeah, we're back to even, and it looks like Urbach really likes to stick that right leg out there. It looks like if I was Lydy, that would probably be what I would be looking for. As you can see, his right leg kind of stuck out there a little bit. I'm sure Lydy's looking for that for the rest of this second period, or third period, excuse me.
Urbach hasn't wrestled in many close matches on the year. He's lost a major decision. He got pinned. He lost 13-6. Excuse me, he won 13-6, lost 5-1 as his closest match by 4-point margin, and then lost 8-1. So not really known for these 1-1, 1 to 2 point matches here going to the third period. It'll be interesting to see if, you know, the lack of experience there works against him. You can start to hear grumblings from the fans as they know that something's going to happen here real quick. And there it is. Dylan Lydy's got a hold of the leg, can't keep a hold of the ankle, but then tackles him near the out-of-bounds line for 2 points to take the lead in the match. Dylan Lydy needed the 2 and got it.
Great job by Dylan Lydy, just not slowing down at all, just kind of quick, rapid fire at Urbach, not giving him a chance to think about what's going on and just going for the takedown. And after that, getting the takedown and is dragging his feet on the edge of the mat, doing a great job of staying in bounds to get that takedown.
So with that takedown, Urbach is on bottom here, down 2 points. All he needs is one escape or a reversal. If he gets the escape, he's got to get a takedown after. So you see Lydy now doing what he does best with only 15 seconds left, driving Urbach into the mat and keeping that pressure and trying to keep him off his base. Urbach gets to his knees. He's got good back pressure. With 4 seconds left there, now he's got to go for the reversal. He's not going to get it, and Dylan Lydy holds on to win a very close and very competitive match, 3-1, moving the Boilermakers' overall team score to 16-6 in their favor.